the constant hopelessness brought about by the political rhetoric by the likes of Kimani Ichungwa and Amason Kingi. Amason Kingi amekula Kilifi yote na Malaya. Pesa yote akapea Malaya. Kingi, wewe unakuja unafungua mdomo wako, Senate Speaker, na pesa yote ya Kilifi. Hakuna hata hospitali moja ulijenga, hakuna hata shule moja ulijenga. Sijui 120 billion yote ulikula na Malaya. Hauna haja. Wewe mzee, nyamaza mahali unatuona wewe. Usitubebe ujinga. Don't take our silence for weakness. Don't take our silence for consent. Amason Kingi, you need to shut the fuck up. I saw this idiot called Kimani Ichungwa talking about me at the funeral they were yesterday, saying that I am hiding, pretending that I have been abducted. No, I am hiding, trying to evade abduction. Because how will I be of use to the movement if I'm dead? How will I be of use if I've been dumped in Mau Forest? Please do not use my example. Do not cite me in one of your narcissistic public rhetoric utterances. You useless piece of shit called Kimani Ichungwa. Why are you speaking about me? Huh? Because you don't have examples to validate your treachery. Yeah, you can only, ati wakati DCI walimuweka wanted, ndio na yeye akajitokeza akasema atajipeleka na wakili. Ati anajificha kwa sababu anataka kujifanya ameabduct. Where did I say I was abducted? I was abducted with the first time the police broke into my house. And because I tweeted, they could not abduct me. But unfortunately for the other victims, they were got before they could alert the public. They were caught before they could alert their members of their families. So this is a game of time. Every second counts. The person who is almost being abducted, you have to alert people immediately. And so number one thing to do is to restrain your movements. You don't have to go anywhere and everywhere. Number two, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to see whether there is a strange car following you. You have to see whether there are strange people following you. And I told you the frame of a policeman, you can always tell it. You always look, they are very upright. They can never camouflage. A policeman will never camouflage in your presence. You will always know a fucking cop. So you know your surroundings, understand your whatever. And then number two, simple tools. Get rid of your SIM card. You can move to a friend's or a relative's house. Use Wi-Fi. You don't even, I'm not here to promote the competitors of Safaricom. No. I'm not promoting either. If you don't have a Safaricom, the better. If you can rely on Wi-Fi, you are home and dry. You don't have to use a SIM card. You don't have to have a SIM card on your phone. If you need M-Pesa, you download the M-Pesa app. Simple tools. You stay alive. If it's going to the shop, have somebody run your errands. If it's doing X, Y, you have other people just doing stuff for you. Don't have to go to the shop. If you can send a boda rider, go. I saw you guys trolling me that I'm being tracked using Glovo. maybe that's why I am still alive. Huh? So simple tips to stay alive. You can see the national outrage. You can see we are all pensive. We are all on the edge. A constant state of anxiety. Why? Because of people just ignoring simple tips. If the police are going to get you, let's make it difficult for them. So that in such a way that by the time they're breaking your door, you're able to alert 2, 3 people. It's a good investment to have CCTV. With backup, so that other people have access to it. So that if you see people with kofias coming to your house, you know these are abductors. This bandwagon of thugs, this bandwagon of killers. It is possible. Had you listened to me on June 25th, I kept telling you Boniface Mwangi had alerted you even weeks earlier. Boniface Mwangi is a sellout. Do not leave CBD. We could have done it then. Now you've endured 6 months of pain, torture, horror, propaganda. All because of listening to people who have been infiltrated. To people whose best interest is for us to remain in a constant cycle of bad governance and malfeasance. Because they know in a merit-oriented environment which will be brought about by good governance, by servant leadership, they know they have no place in such a government structure. Boniface Mwangi knows he has nothing else to contribute to humanity other than shouting, writing proposals to donors. We may not need that donor support once we have good governance and we are able to channel the resources that we grow and we produce locally, and we can be able to channel them to the right places. We may not need even that donor money. But he knows. He knows he's an intellectual dwarf. He knows he has nothing else to offer humanity. He knows he needs to clear his children's Brookhouse school fees through the donor and the government money that he gets from betraying us, from suppressing mass movements. So he's literally shaking in his boots. He's literally losing sleep at the prospect of good governance, because he knows, how will I sustain my high maintenance wife and my kids' lavish lifestyle without the handouts I'm getting from government, from selling out, from betraying, from undermining mass movements? These are long, cold nights for him, I'm telling you. He's wondering, is this the end? Is it all of it? I've been an activism all my life. I don't know how to do anything else. He claims that he sells land. But for him to sustain paying 7 million annually for school fees for his children in Brookhouse, you need to be selling land. You need to be like Tatu City or somebody, one of those big barons who are, or Saiton. Even Saiton themselves are suffering. They're on the brink, on the precipice of bankruptcy, if they are not already there. He's telling you he sells plots for sale. How many people sell plots for sale? Can they afford to take their children to Brookhouse? You seem to imagine that he can get money from selling land. That's rubbish. Don't be fed with cock and bull stories. Do the numbers. Numbers don't lie. He's shaking in his boots. Because good governance threatens cartels, threatens oligarchs, threatens the elites. And the elites are not only in one sphere. Even we have elites in the activism and NGO world. People who are now, they are very silent. Their silence is deafening. As we're speaking about removing Ruto, as we're speaking about protesting, they're silent because they know, they are afraid that their sources of revenue, their income streams are going to be disrupted by good governance. So, commercial activists are the equivalent of mercenaries, because they profit from atrocities. They profit from bad governance. You knowing that, why would you go and place yourself with them? Why would you go in a circle and you start singing those shitty songs with them? Why? Ask yourself those questions which I've thrown at you.